Welcome, it's Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. My name is Brad Pomerance, and we are joined today by Fred Gaines. He is a council member in my hometown of Calabasas. I don't live there anymore, but I did grow up in Calabasas. Before it was Calabasas, it was Woodland Hills. Now it's Calabasas. But what's so remarkable about Calabasas is it really has a lot of beautiful park space, open space, and you're looking to protect that.
We are. I made the motion at the City Council to place on our ballot in November Measure O for open space. Right. And we have an ordinance in place that was put in place by the voters back in 2000 that requires any change of zoning for properties designated as open space to actually go to a vote of the people. It makes it very hard to undo our designated open space.
Even for residential?
Even for residential.
Especially for residential.
Right. Most of our open space, that's where it would be.
Okay.
But that measure back in 2000 had a 20-year expiration. So that expiration's coming up, and we wanted to put on the ballot to take out that expiration, make our open space protections permanent, and our voters in Calabasas in November will go and decide whether they want to do that, and I think that they will.
Yeah, do you have a sense of the mood?
Oh, I think they will. I think it'll be overwhelming. The original measure passed with 91% of the vote.
Okay,
so I think
you're in a good place.
Open space in Calabasas is precious. About 40% of the land in our city is already designated as open space.
Is it accessible open space?
A lot of it is. We have a lot of trails through there, and most of it is accessible open space.
When I think about Calabasas, I think about large lots, which is part of the beauty of that community. The challenge, though, is to keep those lots in the pristine condition that is required. You often need to use a lot of water. And so we know we're in a drought, and we know the State Water Board recently issued guidelines, restrictions for how much water needed to be conserved from 8 to 36%, and Calabasas came in at 36%, the highest level. How's that going for you?
Well, our water usage on a per capita basis was very high because we do have large properties with beautiful landscaping, award-winning landscaping all throughout the city. So we are in the process of doing a lot of water conservation things. On the city side, we've installed smart irrigation throughout the city, cutting our city watering for city properties by 25 to 30%.
What about the medians?
Most of our medians are actually on recycled water.
Oh, so that helps.
And so we've had a program over the years that's now paying dividends where whenever we fix a street, we put in the purple pipe for the recycled water.
I see.
And so almost 90% of our city medians are now with recycled water, which helps a lot.
But how do you cut over a third of your water use? How do your residents do that? It's a huge number.
It is a big number, and but the way the water works in Calabasas and most of our residential communities here in the Valley area, about 70% of your water use is outside.
And that begs the question, because your outsides are beautiful, award-winning landscapes. So are your residents, are they putting in artificial turf? Are they going to drought-tolerant plants? Do you have a rebate program?
We do all those things, and we are encouraging. I've took out my front lawn and put in drought-tolerant plants with a drip system. If you're able to take that 70% outside water and cut it in half, that saves you your 33%. So that's one of the key things that we're doing. We do have a rebate program
with MWD and your own,
it's through the Las Virgenes Municipal.
Oh yeah, you're not
District.
MWD.
Well, it is through MWD, but we have our own water district.
Right.
If you drive to Calabasas, you see that a lot of people are doing that. But we're also just making.
But the good news is, early numbers suggest you're getting close to the target.
We started slow. Last year, the numbers were not good, but this year, in 2015, we're moving up towards that 30%.
He is Fred Gaines, council member in Calabasas. I'm Brad Pomerance. It's Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.